Hi, everyone. This is Alina Joe.
And I'm Jordan Palmer.
And I'm Anne Marie Herron.
So I am we are the interviewer for this food professional project. And yes, today I'm here with Anne Marie Horn, and she's currently a Scrum Master working at Starbucks, and she's going to share with us her experience in the food industry. So first off, can you describe your current role at Starbucks and your experience in that role?
Sure. I am currently, I work in Starbucks Technology, and I am a manager of the Scrum Masters. So there's four Scrum Masters on my team, and they work with a multiple bunch of different teams.
Got you. So how long have you worked as the manager for Scrum
I've been in this role for about a year and a half.
Master?
I've been with Starbucks for 24 years.
Starbucks for 24 years. Wow. Do you mind going a little bit more in depth into your like whole Starbucks journey, like how
Sure.
it started, how it
Yeah.
got here?
Yeah. First of all, when I go into the stores and they say, where do you do? I said, I work at the support center. I am proof that anyone can do any job because when I tell my college friends I'm in technology, they think it's funny.
Wow.
So I moved out to Seattle in 1999, and I always thought I wanted my own coffee shop. Was in the insurance industry, which I did not like. So there was a help wanted sign at the Starbucks at Pike Place, which is Starbucks number one. And I went in and I got a job as a barista. And from there, I became a shift supervisor, assistant store manager, and then a store manager. And then I went and I managed Seattle Center. Have you ever been there over by the Space Needle in the Center House? Quite a store. And then I managed one Union Square and I opened two Union Square. So I had some experience opening a brand new store, which was excellent. Um, and that was my favorite stores because I love my customers were two huge office towers, and they were professional people, which that doesn't matter, but they were very loyal and yeah. And then from there, I had to make a decision: do I want to be a district manager or do I want to come work at the support center? If I was a district manager, that's a great job, but I'd have about 10 to 12 stores and be responsible for all of those partners. So I decided when I was a store manager, I was also a labor expert. So I helped the other store managers in my district create the schedules and reporting with the schedules. So I came in and worked on the labor team here as a systems analyst associate. So there I coached other store managers. They'd call in to our help. We have a help desk here in the building that's 24/7, 365. They deal with everything for the stores. Um, but yeah, I would coach the managers. I also did labor changes. So say this is a caramel frappuccino and they weren't earning enough labor on it, we would change the labor standard. So every time a store sells a drink or beverage, they earn labor. And then all of that, so as if the drink's more complex, they earn more labor. So then they have all of those hours, and then the store manager has so many hours to schedule all of those people. And like your sister who works at the drive-through. I had several different roles as a systems analyst, and then found Scrum and became a certified Scrum Master. I did that role for 6 years as Scrum Master, Senior Scrum Master, and now I manage the Scrum Masters.
Wow.
So it's been a long journey. Yeah. I'm on my 10th role here, and there's lots of opportunities at this company.
Mm-hmm. I can definitely tell because previously we were talking about how you studied business management in college, right? So you didn't really see yourself going into like more technological path. That's actually really interesting.
And now I'm back at managing people again.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah, it's fun.
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
And it kind of all works out. That's awesome. So you were talking about opening up stores earlier and how you were saying that that's a very rewarding experience. Do you mind telling us more about like the challenges of opening a new store or like some of the issues that you had to face?
So we were in one office tower and we were moving to another office tower in the bottom with the other restaurants. So it was an old pasta. I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but I was actually quite surprised how much I got to do and plan the store just with being just a store manager because I got to come in and check on the construction every day. I remember they wanted to move a wall and take space away from customers. and give us more room in the back room. And I was like, that doesn't sound right. So I called my regional director, and he came over and stopped that so that we had more room for our customers. We had plenty of room in the back. It was huge back room. Yeah, so just the day to day and where things were placed, and I mean, there's a whole palette that they, store design does, but just little things that would little tweaks that would help the partners in the store. Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool. I never thought about like all the little nitty gritty details that go into like building a store because we see so many Starbucks on the street that like we don't really think about it anymore.
Yeah, there's a whole team in this building that does store design.
Yeah.
And they're I don't know, they're getting cooler and cooler. I don't know if you've been to the roastery on Capitol Hill.
Oh, I don't.
We have our reserve store downstairs.
The reserve
Yeah, that
store.
was so
Yeah.
pretty.
But you
that
need to go to the
sounds like
roastery. So we have roasteries. I'm not going to get them all. Shanghai, Chicago.
I've been to the one in Shanghai actually.
Oh,
It was
okay.
really, really. It
Yeah.
was huge.
Italy.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
So there's one up on Capitol Hill too.
Oh
Check it
wow!
out.
Definitely check it out one of
Yeah.
these days. That's really cool. Okay, so moving on.
You
into
should
some
become a
of the-
Starbucks partner and you get a discount there.
Oh
Just
my
saying.
gosh! Wait, that would be really cool, actually.
Or go to with Jordan's sister.
Yeah.
She'll do it.
Yay! Yay! Nice, nice. So moving into some of the other questions that we had,
Yeah.
what do you believe sets Starbucks apart from other coffee shops or food service establishments?
I think that, Starbucks is the third place. Have you ever heard of that? So we have the first place is home, the second place is work or school, third place is Starbucks. Now it's changed a bit since the pandemic, but it's just a place to go and gather. And I think they have a really good vibe in the stores, most of the stores. But what sets us apart is we have, our technology, our drinks, we've really paved the way. Pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah.
I gave you guys a pumpkin spice
Innovation.
latte. We were the first company to come out with pumpkin spice
Yeah.
latte. Now it's everywhere. Mobile order and pay. Starbucks started the mobile order and pay. Now that's everywhere. So they kind of just go with the times. Whether it's most of our customers, it used to be hot beverages all the time. Now it's a lot of cold beverages. So just coming up with new cold beverages. I don't know what you guys like to drink, but holiday starts tomorrow, and I heard from a store manager there's going to be lots of different cold foam options, and so just innovation, and yeah, I think that sets us apart. Also, the way our cafe practices, so how we deal with our farmers and make sure that they we help them with education and water, and take care of the farmers so that we get good quality beans from them. The way they treat their the employees, I think that sets us apart. The store partners get health benefits, stock, like I mentioned, free college.
Like even as a barista, or
20 hours
Oh,
a week, and you
wow.
get all of that. Yeah,
wow,
I think that sets
that's
them
really
apart.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like Starbucks does cultivate like a sense of community around its brand. It's like whenever you see someone holding a Starbucks cup, it's like you feel like there's like something in common that you share with someone else.
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool,
Yeah.
and all the benefits as well. I
We're
thought
number
that was
one
really
cup.
cool.
With every cup, with every conversation, with every community, we nurture the limitless possibilities of human connection.
And that is the newest mission
That's our new
statement?
mission statement. Yes,
Wow.
I know I had to read it, but I'm on my third mission statement with 24 years. So
Hey, that's actually really, really cool. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I think with like food establishments, especially cafes, like the sense of community is really important. So yeah, I really appreciate that answer. And then a more personal question: what's your favorite Starbucks beverage and
know-
why?
I know I'm probably pretty boring. I like an Americano.
Okay, classic.
I drank a lot of those frappuccinos when I was in the stores, so I had to kind of get away from those. But Americano, or a good, I like dark roasted coffees. My favorite coffee is Komodo Dragon.
Ooh, I don't think I've heard of that one.
It's a dark roasted coffee.
I have, because Darby gets a free coffee bag.
Yeah, you get a free pound of coffee every week.
Every
Yeah,
week?
Every
so we have a
week.
lot of
Oh
coffee.
my
at my
gosh.
You
Oh
could do
my
a coffee
gosh.
tasting.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
that
should
would
have
be
done a
really
coffee
fun.
tasting for
Oh
you guys.
my gosh.
Next
Very
segment.
great idea.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's
100%.
kind of late in the day.
That's true. That's true. Cool. I think the last
What's
question.
your favorite Starbucks?
Ooh, Okay, I'm not gonna say coffee, guys. I
That's
think
okay.
mine is more like fruity drinks, like the pink drink.
Yep.
Yeah, you add a little sweet cream coat foam on top. It's really good. What's yours?
I'm excited for the I think it's like white chocolate chip peppermint cold brew. I don't know.
Ooh, that's
But
gonna come out.
yeah,
Mhm.
very excited. Yeah, and I think it's coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I gotta try that.
And
Wow.
my girls love strawberry acai with lemonade and light ice.
Ooh.
Diet life is
Mhm.
very
Spend
crucial.
a lot of money on those,
Yeah.
even with my discount.
Oh my gosh.
Can we ask your favorite drink over there?
Oh, my favorite drink is strawberry acai.
There you
Nice.
go. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So the last question that's like related to the food industry is, what do you think is the most exciting or challenging aspect of it in the current state? Of just like being a part of like the food industry, like where do you see it like developing, like I guess throughout the next
Yeah,
years?
I think
or-
that I'm not in that department, but we have a whole food department here that they're always um, trying new foods. And I did hear the CEO say recently, like we should get more foods from around the world and bring those into our. Because if you go to Shanghai, you're eating different foods than we are here. Wouldn't that be nice to have some of those foods here? So
Uh-huh.
just staying on top of what the customers want. You know, we also have a tasting center here, so you can sign up and you can be a food taster. So it's one of those like you go down and you sit and they turn the and you try it and then you answer a couple questions on the computer. I had to stop doing it because it was always chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my God.
But the partners help with that too and give feedback. So I think it's just staying on top of what the customers want.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so Jordan is gonna ask the Scrum
You're gonna
Master
ask me the
related
hard
questions.
questions?
Okay. Okay. Can you explain the core principles and values of the Scrum framework?
So first of all, do you know, have you heard of Scrum before? Or,
We
or
would like
Scrum-
some
Scrum
more
boards?
explanation.
Sure.
If you
Well,
don't mind.
I would say that you can even, you know, I had two nieces that just recently got married this past, a niece and a nephew. They use Scrum boards, so it's kind of like what's to do, what's in progress, and what's done, right? But teams and usually we use Scrum in technology. There used to be, or there still is, a waterfall method, and then there's a Scrum methodology. So waterfall method is, say, um, I was talking about labor. So say the operations part of the business, they want to change a labor report for a store manager. As when I was an analyst, I'd go to them and say, okay, what do you want the report to look like, and all the calculations. I get all of these requirements, and then I go back to the operations, say, is this everything? Yep, that's everything. And then I bring those requirements to the developers who actually create the report and put all the code in behind the calculations. And then they test it. Then we go back to the business or operations and say, but here you go. Is this what you wanted? And they're like, no, that's not what we wanted. And we're like,
Oh,
so
wow.
we've spent all this time, months and months and months. So with Scrum, it's an iterative process. So we have on a Scrum team, there are three roles. There's the developers, there's the product owner, and then there's the Scrum Master. So the product owner is talking to the business, let's just call it the business in here in the building, and they'll say, okay, what do you want this report to look like? And we'll, what's your number, like what's your highest priority? So the product owner will take those priorities and create user stories. So we want the report to calculate non-coverage or this percent of labor. So they bring that, the product owner will bring that to the developers, and the developers will look over and make sure they understand the user story of the requirements. And then they work in normally 2 to 3 week sprints, they're called. So at the end of 2 or 3 weeks, so we're going back to the business going, is this what you wanted? And if they're like, no, we changed priorities. We need to, so it's just quicker, iterative. Like we can change on the much faster process. And then the Scrum Masters, they're facilitating all of the meetings, this several meetings that the Scrum team has, time boxed meetings. So we first start with the sprint planning. So the product owner says, okay, here are my user stories. Team, what do you think you can commit to in 2 weeks? What can you finish in 2 week time periods? The team will commit to so many user stories, and then then they meet daily. Like, so this room might be used for a stand-up. So every day at the same time, for 15 minutes, the team comes in and goes, this is how we're doing on our sprint commitment. And then at the end of the sprint, we go back to the business and we do a demo or review. And then we do a retro with the Scrum team to say, like, what went well, what could have gone better, how can we improve for the next 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks they're iterating on work. So that's a principle, time box principle. We also have what's called self-organized teams. So instead of, we still have develop, dev managers, develop managers, and we have all sorts of managers here. But the team, they're not telling the team, like, you must work on this. You need this. We need this by this amount of time. The team decides. The team says, okay, here's your list of priorities. We say we can do 1, 2, 3, and 4 in 2 weeks. And it's not the managers telling them, like, you must do this, you must. So they're self-organized.
Wow.
They can eventually, the Scrum Master doesn't even have to be there. They can run their own meetings and have their own stand-ups. But the Scrum Master guides them through the whole process. And then another principle is being, we're always transparent. We adapt. So, like I said, we might have this priority, and then halfway through the sprint, they go, no, we need to change it. We need to work on this instead, so the team can quickly change to that. Does that make sense? So
Just being flexible.
it's
and,
yeah,
like,
adaptive.
self-managed.
Yeah.
That
Uh-huh.
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, what am I forgetting here about that? Collaboration is huge too. So not only collaborating as a team, we have project managers that help with the financial part of it, the pay for the engineers, and we collaborate with them, we collaborate with our leaders, and we collaborate with our stakeholders of the business.
Nice.
And we're always working on priorities, the company's priorities. So the company will come up with a strat plan, like what are we going to do for the next year. So our priorities bubble up to the company's priorities. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So what experience do you have as a Scrum Master, and what size teams and projects have you worked on?
So I started as on the labor team as a Scrum Master. So working on we rolled out a whole new labor system to all of the stores. So that's what they create their schedules with, and how they punch in and out. The teams that the Scrum Masters I work with now are on data. So customer data, store data, retail data, customized, or like strawberry acai, light ice. How are they customizing? The pink drink came out of either a barista or a customer made that drink up by what they're like, well, I want to try this and this and this. So they pay attention to that because one, they were like, that has coconut milk in it, right?
Yeah.
Why are we out of coconut milk? The whole company's out of coconut milk. Well, somebody created this pink drink. So we have a team that focuses on customization. And then we're really growing in the AI ML space, so artificial intelligence, machine learning space, and generative AI. Have you been using chatbots on your phones at all? ChatGPT?
Yeah.
I know you can't for college or your paper. No.
No.
But how do we use those with the stores? So do we have a chatbot that says, hey, how do I fix this espresso machine because X, Y, and Z broke on it? So
Also,
that's
more internal.
Like for
Yeah,
the
like-
stores to
yeah,
use?
communicate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's at the stores. A lot of the technology goes into the stores. Like a big win for them was that little hand blender thing that they do the cold foam in.
Oh yeah, I've
Right?
seen
They
those.
don't have to use the blenders. They
Yeah.
have this little.
Those are new.
We have new coffee machines, Clover Verticus that are going out. So it's all about making the store experience better.
Very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So Starbucks value customer experience and service. How do you see the role of the Scrum Master contributing to these values?
We always pay attention to what our customers want. So that could be our stakeholder, the business, what they want that report to look like. When the developers are developing, they're always thinking, keeping the customer in mind to make sure that we're developing exactly what they want, or how do we check and adjust.
Okay. So what do you know about Starbucks as a company, and how do you think the Scrum Master role aligns with the company's values and goals?
I know a lot about the company, but not everything. Because
Mhm.
last week I was in a 3-day leadership training, and I couldn't believe all that I learned that I didn't know about licensed stores, our stores in our airports, in hotels and in universities and all of
Yeah.
that. But the Scrum values kind of go along with our new values. So I told you about our new mission statement, and we have our new values for Starbucks is craft, courage, results, belonging, and joy. So these values were created by Starbucks partners all over the world. But the Scrum values are also courage, focus, commitment, respect, and openness. So they kind of go hand in hand together, and it's just making sure that everyone's kind of following these values. And not sure if I answered your question.
No, yeah. That's good. Okay, so the final question is: Starbucks encourage sustainability, ethical sourcing, and corporate social responsibility. How can a Scrum Master contribute to these goals in a technological or development context?
I would say a big way is, especially with Scrum, so there's I told you about the waterfall method and all of the requirements we're writing, and we're functional specs. And so with Scrum, it's less documentation. So making sure that we're not spending a lot of time on documentation, also technical debt. So if we build the wrong thing, that's costing us a lot of money. So in Starbucks technology, how can we kind of control costs that way? But also making sure all of the partners know what the company, they're about sustainability and CSR. And but yeah, I think the big thing for technology is tech debt. So that's building the wrong things or building things with bugs, and how do we control those costs?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was a great conversation.
Yes.
Is there anything else on the sheet that we didn't discuss that you wanted to talk
No,
about?
I really wanted to hit home with the mission, our mission, and our new mission, and our values, and of course the Scrum values. No, I think I hit a lot of it.
Yay! Perfect.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.